Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb. To all the Akim out there, Yahweh Shamar Alathan. Bahashem Yahweh Shai to all the Akawathian out there. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service. We're on August 3rd, 2024. And we are going to start in we're going to start where we left off in the book of Genesis, chapter 11. We're going to start in verse 28. So let's give a backdrop. We got to just do a little review. We just left off last time when the people of the land, especially the land in that area of Canaan, that African, Asian, Middle Eastern area, they did not do what the Most High said to do. The Most High created boundaries for them. Okay, but what they did not do, they did not go to the boundaries that they were at. They actually started to gather together and try to be a mixed melting pot, like a super nation, like a United States type thing, and built the Tower of Babel. And we know that Nimrod was ruler, and they didn't do what the Most High said. Well, you know, when there's mixing, we already said last time, everybody brings their own gods and their own beliefs and their own ways, and it starts to bring corruption in the land. So the Most High, what he did, because he did not want to destroy the earth and the land like he did the first time, he went and gave them confusion, because they were all on one accord. That's why it's like the earth was on one language. They were all on one accord. They had one mind, and they were pretty much trying to make it like a super, confederacy of those nations. And so when the Most High scattered them, they finally went to where they were supposed to be. And now we get into the story starting with Abraham. And so in verse 27, we're supposed to start in verse 28, but I'll just start in verse 27. It says, these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. So Lot was the nephew of Abraham. So we're going to start today reading in Genesis 11:28, reading through chapter 12 and 2. Read it in the Hebrew first. Let me take this. I'll take this one. We'll read it in the Hebrew first, and then we'll read it in the English. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Genesis chapter 11, verse 28 in the Hebrew. Wayamath Haran al Panya Farak Abayawa Ba'arataza Mawaladathwa Ba'awar Kadashium. Verse 29. Wayakwak Abaram.
He says, what? Keep moving from back here.
Wanakawar Laham. Nashiam, Sham, Ashaf, Abaram, Sharia, Washam, Ashaf, Nakawar, Malakah, Bath, Haran, Abiyah, Malakah, Wa Abiyah, Yasakah. Genesis chapter 11, verse 30. With a ya, Sharia, Aquara, Ayan, La, Walad, verse 31. Wayakwak, Tharak, Af, Abaram, Bunwa, Wa'af, Lawat, Bun, Haran, Bun, Bunwa, Wa'af, Sharia, Kalathwa, Ashaf, Abaram, Bunwa, Waya Atazawa, Atham, Ma'awar, Kadashiam, Lalakath, Aratazaha, Kana'ain, Waya Ba'awa, I, Haran, Waya Shabwa, Sham, verse 32, Waya Hayawa, Yumya, Tharak, Hamash, Shunyam, Wama Afyam, Shana, Waya Math, Tharak, Bakal Run. This is the book of Genesis chapter 12 and verse 2 in the Hebrew. Wayamar Yahweh al Abaram Lak Laka Ma'aratazaka Wama Mawaladafka Wama Bayath Abayaka al Harataza Ashar Ararak Ararad Ararak, Salaki. Verse 2, wa Aisha, wa Aisha ka, laga waya, garawal, wa abaraka, wa agarala, shamka, wahaya, bakar, baraka, and that's it. All right, we're going to go through these scriptures here. Now we're going to be reading it in the, we're going to read this in the English, and we'll talk about what's going on here. We're starting Genesis 11. We'll do it.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 28. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees, verse 29. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. Verse 30. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. Verse 31. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came into Haran and dwelt there. Verse 32. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Now, and the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee.
Stop right there for a second. All right, so slack it, sir, if I may. Now there's a lot of things that's going on here. We see that Abram, who we know as Abraham later, he had a wife named Sarai. We know that later she becomes Sarah, and he also with him he has his nephew Lot, and they were in the land of Ur of Chaldees. You want me to get that? That's the door, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to finish reading real quick.
Okay, come.
Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. We're going to be reading Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, to Genesis 12, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. Wa'abarakah. Wa'abarakah. Mabarakika. Wamakalauka. You can pick right back up. So you can pick back up when you point as soon as you finish.
Okay.
A'ar. One of Barakwa. Paka. Call. Mashapaka. Ha'adamah. Verse 4. Wayalaka. Avaram. Ka'ashar. Shabar. Alaya. Alyuwa. Yahweh. Wayalaka. Wayalak. Athwa. Lawat, Wa'abaram, Bun, Kamash, Shunyam, Shabayim, Shana, which is Athwa, Makaran, verse 5, Wayakwak, Abaram, Ath, Sharia, Ashathwa, Wa'av, Lawat, Bun, Akiwa, Wa'av, Kal, Washum, Shar, Prakashwa, Wa'ah, Hanasham, Hanapash, Ashar, Aishawa, Bakaran, Wayataza'awa, Lalaka, Aratazah, Kana'ain, Wayaba'awa, Aratazah, Kana'ain, verse 6. Waya Ibar, Abaram, Baratazah, Ai, Apawam, Shakam, Ai, Ayawan, Mawara, Wahakanain, Wahakanain, Wahakanaanya, Azar, Wa'aratazar, verse 7. Wayara'ah, Yahweh, all, Abaram, Wayamar, Azara'aika, Athun, Ha'aratazar, Aza'ah, Wayabun, Shem, Mazabak, Yahweh, Hanara'ah, Alyawa, verse 8. Waya Aithak, Hashem, Hahara, Bakwadam, Abayat, Oh, Wayat, Ahala, Wayat, Oh, Miyam, Waha'aya, Bakwadam, Wayabun, Shem, Wazabak, Yahweh, Wayapara'ah, Washem, Yahweh, verse 9. Wayasai, Abaram, Halawaka, Wanasawai, Hanagaba. That's it.
Excellent. Good read. All right, so let's go back really quickly and then we're going to read that in English. So if you look at, so we know that Lot, Abraham, Sarai, they were in the land of Ur and the Chaldees, okay? Now, what's very interesting about the land of the Ur Chaldees is there's much debate with scholars of where the land of Ur is, but I think it's very interesting wherever the land was. Some scholars say that the land of Ur Chaldees was in southern Iraq today. Others think it was in southern Turkey, northern around the Syria area. What's interesting though is that whether it's either school of thought, the land of Ur was in the territory of Babylon. Okay, that was in the Babylonian Nimrod territory, and so and then some even think that that it could have also been Egyptian territory ran by the Egyptians, that was a land that the Egyptians had. Either case, if you notice, the Most High called Abraham out of the land of Babylon, like that Babylonian territory. And also he called him out of that Egyptian territory. Now, why is that profound? Because what does the Most High throughout the scriptures is calling his people? He's calling them out of Babylon. You look at Revelation, Revelation 18, okay? He says, come out of her, my people. He's talking about Babylon. Come out of lest you share in her plagues, lest you share in her sins, okay? When the Most High talked to Israel in the first start of the commandments, he said, I'm the Most High who brought you out of the land of Egypt. So it's like he's calling Abraham out of that territory. Get out of that land, okay? And I'm going to show you the land that I'm going to give you. Get out of Babylon. Get out of under the Egyptian territory. I'm going to give you a land that I'm going to make you a great nation, okay? Now, if you go to verse 2, it says, let's look at verse 1. It says Genesis 12, verse 1. And he says, get thee out of thy country, of thy kindred, and from the father's house, and I will give you a land that shows you. Verse 2, it says, I will make thee a great nation. I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee. That's verse 3. And curse them that curse thee. And indeed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Now what's interesting is, as he told Abraham, anybody that curses you, and when he's talking about you, he's also talking about the nation that comes after him, the seed that comes out of him. He said, I will curse. Well, why is this profound? Because the Bible shows that all the enemies of the Most High, all that have done us harm, the Most High is going to recount and call that of them. That means he's going to repay them for the crimes that they've done to us. A precept is, let's go there real quick. It's in Jeremiah 30, verse 16. All right, that's a precept because we want to see that all the nations that have oppressed us had confederate against us. The Most High is going to require of them the crime that they have committed towards us. Precept, Jeremiah verse 30, verse 16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for prey. You got to think of all the nations. It's always is it Psalms 83 or 81? 83. All those nations that were in confederate against us, the Most High is going to require it of them of their crimes. Commander General Hunter always quotes the Revelation scripture in Revelation, it's 13, I believe it's in 10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth by the sword shall die, be killed by the sword. So when he's telling Abraham them, I will curse those that curse thee, he's talking about those nations. Those nations that have been a criminal to us shall be plagued. Okay? Just like he plagued Egypt. Because Egypt had us in bondage and was plaguing us. And he's going to do the same to Babylon. That's why it says Babylon will receive those plagues. You look at Revelation 18. So now, those nations that, or the people that bless us, now, or the people that follow us, you look at Isaiah 2, the nations that say, let us go into the mountain of the Lord, and he will teach us his ways, okay, that's in subjection to our laws, they will receive blessings in the sense that they're serving us, okay, but they won't be killed or receive a plague, okay? So you look in Isaiah 2 and other chapters, those nations that will be under us and will be serving us, if they are following the law, they won't die, okay? They won't die and be destroyed, okay? And you can look at Revelation, I believe it's 21. It says, the nation that are saved, that are walking its light, they will bring glory to the Jerusalem. They're going to be under us. And under our rule, they won't die, though. Okay? And so that's the thing. And so that's the difference. Bless those who bless thee, I'll curse those who curse thee. Okay? Another good example is with King David. You remember Shimei, he cursed David. Okay? And what happened to him? Solomon ended up killing him. Okay? He cursed his father. David said, I won't, kill you, but he left it to his son too. So you got to be careful how you treat the people of the Most High. Okay? Because the Lord will return and require it of you. All right? So let's read. So let's go ahead and read Revelation in English. Let's read Revelation 12 and 3. I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. And indeed, all the families of earth shall be blessed. The people that are under the Israelites, if they are doing what we say, they shall live.
Genesis.
Oh, did I say Revelation? I won't say Genesis, Slackers. They will live. Okay? And I think that the better, the Most High say choose life. How do you choose life? You choose life by keeping the commandments. All right, verse 4. So Abraham departed as the Most High had spoken unto him, and Lot with him. And Abraham was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. All right, so Abraham got out of that Babylonian Egyptian territory. He came out of that. Okay, verse 5. Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. Into the land of Canaan they came. And this was the land, the Most High said, the land is mine. Okay, this land belonged to the Most High. I mean, all does, but there was, there's a specific, the laws in this land, if you are not keeping the laws in that land, it spits you out. It's almost like natural laws there. You have to keep the laws there. And the Canaanites were not keeping the laws there. Okay, they didn't know it, but they were being disobedient, sacrificing their children, doing all sorts of crimes. And when you do that, what does the land do? Somebody tell me. What does the land automatically do? Anybody know? Okay, it says the land will spit you out. Okay, and that's why the children of Israel got spit out a number of times. They weren't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, verse 6. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, and in the place of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Canaanites, we know, were the descendants of who? Who were the Canaanites the descendants of? Anybody know? Okay? They were Ham's descendants. They were the children of Ham. Okay?
Hey, Slack, if I could, too. This is why, about a month ago when we was in Chronicles and we was going over the genealogies, this is why it'd be so important, because you start hearing nations.
Come.
You'll hear nation, but to understand the context of what it's talking about, you want to understand the nation who this nation belongs to. You see what I'm saying? So
Come.
like, for that, in that instance, Canaan, he would come from the line of Ham. You see what I'm saying? Which would be your modern day Africans right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's why how all of it links in together. You see what I'm saying?
Come. Excellent point, sir. And so this is where the Canaanites were dwelling. Some of the, the Canaan was dwelling. They were taming in this part. And that land is, you think of the land that he's talking about is, modern day Iran, Jordan, those people Iraq, that area over there. Parts, that area, Syria. This is for the people that know their geography. Okay, that's the part that they were inhabiting. Okay, think a little bit of Saudi Arabia too. Okay, all right. And the Most High appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Most High, and he appeared unto him. Okay, so that land belongs to us and our descendants. Verse 8. And he removed from thence unto our mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Most High, and called on the name of the Most High. All right. And verse 9. I think we're going to verse 9. And Abram journeyed, going on still towards the south. When they were calling the name of the Most High, they were seeking the Most High's counsel, following the instructions, the commandments. That's what it means when you call the name of the Most High. Okay, you want to follow in his reputation. You want to be obedient to his reputation. Okay, and so how he would do things. All right, let's go ahead and now we're in Genesis 12, we're going to be reading verses 10 through 16 in the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 12 and verse 10 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Ra'aib, Ba'aratazah, Wayarad, Abaram, Matazari Yamab, Lagawad, Sham, Kaya, Kabad, Ra'aib, Ba'aratazah. Verse 11. Wayahaya, Kayashar, Hakwariab, Labawa'a, Matazariamah, Wayamar, Al, Sharia, Ashafwa, Hana, Na'a, Yada'aith, Ya, Kaya, Asha, Yapaf, Mara'aha, verse 12. Wayahaya, Kaya, Ra'awa, Afak, Hamatazarium, Wa'amarwa, Ashafwa, Za'af, Waharagwa, Afya, Wa'afak, Yahyawa, verse 13. Amaria, Na'a, Akafya, Af, Lama'ain, Yaya, Tab, Laya, Ba'ai, Warak, Wakayata, Napasha, Bagalalak. Verse 14. Wayahaya, Kabawa'am, Awaram, Matazariamah, Wayara'awa, Hamatazariam, Ha'asha, Kaya, Hawa'a, Ma'a. Verse 15. Wayara'awa, Tha, Sharia, Para'aiha, Wayahalalwa, Atha, All, Para'aiha, with a quack, Hasha, Ha'asha, Hayat, Para'aiha. Verse 16. Wala Abaram, Haya Tayab, Ba'ai Barawa, Waya Ya, Lawa, Taza'an, Waba Kwar, Waka Mariam, Wa'ai Badyam, Shalom, Wa'ai Badyam, Washa Hakaf, Wa'afanaf, Waga Malayam. And that's it.
Shalom, Alawah.
All right, shalom. Lord Christ. Now we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 12, 10 through 16. We're going to be reading that in the English.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 10. There was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there. For the famine was grievous in the land. Verse 11. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Verse 12. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me. But they will say, You call me. But they will save thee alive. Verse 13.
Oh, sorry. But the other sorry.
Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Verse 14. And it came to pass, that when Abram was coming to Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. Verse 15. The princess also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. Verse 16. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses, and men servants and maid servants, and she asses and camels. That's it, right?
Con.
16.
Con. Excellent. Now, here's the thing. Now, Abraham said, told Sarai, listen, I want you to, go tell them that you are my sister, that it be well with me. Verse 13, it says, Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Okay, so when he went in there, he didn't have Sarah as his wife, but as his sister. Now, was Abram lying? Does anybody know? Was Abram lying? Does anybody know?
Well, he was lying.
Well, technically, Abram was not lying. We're going to see why. Because in Genesis chapter 20, we do find out that Abram and Sarah were half brother and sister. Because Sarah was the daughter of Abram's father. She wasn't the daughter of his mother. Now we know later in Leviticus 18, the Most High forbid you marrying a half, full, or all sister. Just like you're not supposed to have wives with two sisters like Jacob did. Okay, so when that law came, that was instilled in the law. Leviticus 18, you can find that. So Abram wasn't lying here. Come, sir. You get con. So in the law, according to you are not Leviticus 18. Jacob did. Remember, he had Leah and Rebecca. Well, because at that point, when Moses came and had all the children of Israel, everybody was kind of had their own idea. And that's why the Most High to make us a civil nation. So he had to really instill those laws and give those laws to Moses to make us a civil people. Because we were kind of, doing some things that weren't lawful, but the Most High clarified that. And so even though Abraham was married to his sister, half-sister, that is now unlawful. You're not to marry your half-sister, full sister. That is unlawful. That is really, the heathen is known to do that, okay? And so that's something just to count on. So Abram wasn't, lying when he said that. He just wasn't, he wasn't just going to go as if this is my wife. Because Sarah was very beautiful, and he felt like they would kill him and pretty much take his wife, okay? But we'll see what the Most High does when you take another man's wife, which Pharaoh was going to take Sarah and make her his wife, okay? But we'll see how the Most High actually intervenes in that in this next time, on this next go-around, all right? We are done. All right, so let's go ahead and keep reading. Let's go to Genesis. We're in Genesis chapter 12, and we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 12, verse 17. And we're reading all the way to chapter 13, verse 3. I'm going to read it in the Hebrew first. Genesis chapter 12, verse 17. Waya nagai Yahweh paraiha nagayim gadalium wa'af bayahwa al dabar sharya ashaf abaram. Verse 18. Waya paraiha la abaram waya amar ma za'af aishayaf laya lama la'a Hagadath, Laya, Kaya, Ashafka, Hawa'a, verse 19, Lama, Amarath, Akafya, Hawa'a, Wa'akwak, Ata, Laya, La Asha, Wa'aitha, Hana, Ashafka, Kwak, Wayalak, verse 20, Wayatazawa, Alyuwa, Paraiha, Anashiam, Wayashalakwa, Atwa, Wa'af, Ashafwa, Wa'af, Kal, Ashar, Lawa. This is the book of Genesis chapter 13 and verse 3 in the Hebrew. This is the book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa'ya'al, Abaram, Mamatazarium, Hawa'a, Washafwa, Wakal, Ashar, Lawa, Wa'yawat, Ainwa, Hanagaba. Verse 2, Wa'abaram, Kabad, Ma'ad, Bamakwana, Bakasak, Wabazahab, Wayalak, Lamasai Yawa, Managab, Waya'aid, Bayaf, Al, I, Hamakwam, Ashar, Haya, Sham, Ahala, Bathakala, Bayan, Bayah, Al, Wabayan, Ha'ayya. That's it. And that's it. Okay, we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 12, 17, and then we're going all the way to Genesis chapter 13 through 3.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 17. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh in his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. Verse 18.
So the Most High plagued Pharaoh in his house with great plagues because of Sarai's wife. The text is not really clear what plagues, but we can look at other texts of what type of plagues that the Most High could do, because it said it plagued Pharaoh in his house with great plagues. In another chapter, I can't remember the man's name, maybe Abimelech, or it starts with an A. He also took Sarah in and was going to make her his wife, but the Most High actually said he prevented it because he said, you would die. And the way he did that, the way he plagued that man's house is he made all the people barren. It was Abimelech. So he made everybody barren. Actually, let's go there real quick. Let's look at Genesis. Let's look at the Genesis 20 and verse. Let's go to. Let me see. Let's see. It's in Genesis 20. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Let's go to Genesis 20 and verse 3. Oh no, let's start in verse 2. And it says, Abraham said unto Sarah, his wife, she is my sister, and Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. So he took Sarah again. But the Most High to Abimelech in the night by dream said, Behold, thou art a dead man, for thou which hast taken, for she is a man's wife. Verse 4, but Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Verse 5, so he said, not to me, she is my sister, and she even said herself, he is my brother. And the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. Verse 6, and the power said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou did this in the integrity of thy heart, for I withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore, I suffered thee not to touch her. Okay? Verse 7, it says, now therefore restore the man of his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, thou shalt surely die, thou and all thine. Okay? It's like he was going to slaughter his house. But basically, if you go to the end of Genesis chapter 20, verse 17, it says, "So Abraham prayed unto the power, and the power healed Abimelech, his wife, and his maidservants, and they bare children." Verse 18, "For the Most High fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife." So if you're looking at that, one of the plagues the Most High could have done, it doesn't say, but maybe he closed up all the wombs of Pharaoh's house, like he did Abimelech's. Okay, he played him. Nobody could have children. We don't know, but this is just one thing that the Most High, he's very serious about you not taking another man's wife. Okay, and he told Abimelech you would die. Okay, so that's just something to think about, how serious the Most High is. Slide, sir.
What was that?
You were at verse 18. You were at verse 18.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 18.
There's no picture. Did the picture go off? Slide, sir. I think the picture jumped off. Something going on with the picture, sir, on the screen. Go ahead, slide.
I might have to fix that.
You want me to just read it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and
I might have to get to the settings and stuff.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue reading. We're in Genesis chapter 12, verse 17. "And the Most High plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife." Verse 18. "And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why did thou not tell me that she was thy wife?" Okay, so Abram is like, "This is my sister." Okay, verse 19. "What says thou? She is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold, thy wife, take her and go thy way." He's like, go ahead and take your wife because, pretty much these plagues were happening in Pharaoh's house. Verse 20. "And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had." Okay, we're now in the book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. "And Abram went out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south." Verse 2. "And Abram was very rich in cattle and in silver and gold." So Abraham had a lot of possessions. Okay. Verse 3. "And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai." And that's it. All right. Now we're in Genesis chapter 13. We're going to be reading verses 4 through 10 in the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 13, verse 4 in the Hebrew. Makoram, Hamatazabak, Ashar, Aisha, Sham, Barashna, Wayakorah, Sham, Abaram, Basham, Yahweh, verse 5. Wagam, Lawat, Hahalak, Abaram, Ayah, Taza'an, Wa Bakwar, Wa Alahai, Wa Ala Salaki, Wa Aholium, verse 6. Wa La'a, Misha, Atam, Ha'arataza, Lashabath, Yakadwa, Kaya, Haya, Raka Washam, Rab, Wa La'a, Yakolwa, Lashabath, Yakadwa, verse 7. Wa Yahaya, Raya, Bayan, Raya, Makwana, Abaram, Wa Bayan, Raya, Makwana, Lawat, Wa Hakanaanya, Wa Parazia, Azah, Yeshab, Ba'arataza, verse 8. Wa Amar, Abaram, all, Lawat, all, Na'a, Thaya, Thahaya, Marayaba, Bayanya, Wa Bayanyaka, Wa Bayan, Raya, Wa Bayan, Rayaka, Kaya, Anashiam, Achiam, Anaknawa. Verse 9. Hala'a, call, Ha'arataza, Lapanyaka, Habarad, Na'a, Ma'alya, Hasham Allah, Waya Mana, Wa Hayumyum, Shum Yala. Verse 10, Wayasha'a, Lawat, Ayunyawa, Wayara'a, Call, Kakar, Hayaradan, Kaya, Kala, Mashakwa, Lapunya, Shakath, Yahawa, Saddam, Wa'af, Imara, Kagun, Yahawa, Karataza, Matazarium, Ba'aka, Taza'ir. And that's it. Okay, we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 13, 4 through 10 in the English now.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 4. Unto the place of the altar which he had made there at first. And there Abram called on the name of the Most High. Verse 5. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. Verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. Verse 7. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle, and the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled in the land.
So you got to think, especially in the movies that, the fake movies that we've seen growing up, when we've seen Abraham, of course, it's a heathen that's always playing Abraham, but it always makes it just seem like there's three people traveling, Abraham, Lot, and Sarah, but that's definitely not the case. Abraham was a man that had servants, and so you got to think there was he had a lot of people with him that was traveling with him. And Lot had, a caravan, he had servants, so there was starting to be strife between the two camps pretty much, between the two groups, okay? There started to become strife, and because of this, you're going to see what happens. But, it wasn't just three people traveling, there was a big, entourage. Abraham had a nice big entourage because he was pretty wealthy. So if you're wealthy, you had servants, people that tended to you, people that tended to your flocks. Well, Lot did too. Okay? So I
Verse 8. And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen. For we be brethren. Verse 9. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, I will go to the left. Verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar.
Excellent. Now you got to think about this too, because the Most High had promised Abraham the land of Canaan. So Abraham is pretty much telling Lot, there's a lot of land that the Most High pretty much promised us. Take your pick. There's a lot of land, okay? And so, Lot went his way, towards like modern day Jordan. Then that's where Sodom was. I think, or somewhere around the modern day Jordan. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's somewhere around there. But Lot, but Abraham knew that whole territory was theirs, that it was promised to them and his descendants, okay? And so he said, take your pick. You go this way, I'll go that way, because he knew all that was promised to them.
Hey, so like, if I could too, another lesson we can learn, Abram, he actually gave Lot the option of choosing first.
Come.
Abram outranked Lot.
Come.
But he took the low seat, or he took the low road.
Come.
He said, whatever you take, I'll take the opposite.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the attitude that we got to have. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a priestly, a godly mindset.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And the precept to that would be, if we can go over to Luke 14 real quick.
I'm going to read it.
Luke 14 and 10.
I'm going to read it, sir.
Sure.
Luke 14, this is the book of Luke chapter 14, verse 10. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher, then thou shalt have worship. Oh, slide.
Yeah, see, this is what's important. You see what I'm saying? Like, take the low seat. You see what I'm saying? Like, When you take the low seat, the Most High will exalt you and put you into the high seat.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? Like, in this world, it teaches us we always gotta have the high seat, or we always gotta have the best seat. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
When you dealing with your brother, man, take the low seat. You feel me? That's how you keep peace between y'all. That's actually brotherhood. You feel me?
Come. Excellent point. And it's like, if I can add to that too, and that can also be even repairing a relationship with your brother.
Right.
You know, Captain Saparia, I think he really made a good point about when you're trying to, when you're going to your brother or when you're going to counsel, it's not to get your lick back, it's really to restore a relationship.
Right.
You know, and I that stuck with me because he told me that at the beginning when I first came into UBK, like that should be the mindset. Like, I'm not trying to get back. I'm not trying to get back at my brother. I'm not trying to win. I'm really trying to restore our relationship that a brother and I, and that actually is taking the low route.
Right.
You know, so that was a good point. So I think we didn't finish that. We did finish it. We did finish it. All right. So we see that Lot went towards Sodom, and this was before the Most High destroyed Sodom. Okay, this is where before the Most High destroyed Sodom. All right, let's go ahead and pick it up. We're in Genesis chapter 13. We're going to be reading 11 through 17 in the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 13, verse 11. Wayabakar, Lawa, Lawat, Af, Kal, Kakar, Hayaradan, Wayasai, Lawat, Makwadam, Wayaparadwa, Ayash, Ma'al, Akiwa. Verse 12. Abaram, Yashab, Ba'aratazar, Kana'ain, Walawat, Yashab, Ba'aria, Hakakar, Waya'ahol, Ai, Saddam. Verse 13. Wayanashia, Saddam, Rayam, Waka Ta'ayam, Wayahawa, Ma'ad. Verse 14. Wayahawa, Amar, Al, Amaram, Akaria, Haparad, Lawat, Ma'aimwa, Sha'a, Na'a, Ayanyaka, Raha, Man, Mahama, Pawam, Ashar, Ata, Sham, Tazapana, Wana Gaba, Wakwa Dama, Wayama. Verse 15. Kaya, Av, Kal, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Ata, Ra'aha, Laka, Athana, Wala Zaraika, Iwalam. Verse 16. Washamathya, Av, Zaraika, Kai Kapar, Ha'arataza, Ashar, Yawakal, Ayash, Lamanawath, Af, Ipar, Ha'arataza, Gum, Zaraika, Yamana. Verse 17. Kwam, Hatha Halalak, Barataza, La'araka, Wala Rakaba, Kaya, Laka, Athana. And that's it. Right? And now we're going to be reading that in the English. We're in Genesis chapter 13. We're going to be reading 11, verses 11 through 17.
No, throughout.
So like I said, I couldn't hear you.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 11. Then Lot shows him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Verse 12. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. Verse 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly.
Now, why? Does anybody know why they would say that? That the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Most High exceedingly. And what does anybody know why we would say that? You said Oh, you got something? You said a piece? Or, oh, so I'm too well. Oh, no, I'm too well. What is So does anybody know why? It says they were wicked and sinners before the Most High. Well, one of the reasons is, like we said before, they're still in that land, in that territory where the Most High promised to Israel, that territory around the plain of Jordan. Okay? And like we said, we keep saying this. What is the law that happens when you are doing sins exceedingly in that land? What does the land do? The land vomits you out. And this is why they were destroyed. It's almost like a law over there. Okay, you get spit out when you are sinning exceedingly. And they were wicked sinners exceedingly in that territory. Okay? And that's why they were destroyed. All right?
Verse 14.
Come.
The Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. Verse 15. For all the land which thou seest to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever.
And it's like, if I could say there, that if you look on a modern day map, that little slither that says Israel is not the land that was promised to us. Okay? It's not the land, that was not the only plot. Now, that's part of the land, but isn't that little slither that was promised to us? Our land was promised all the way from going into Egypt, all the way really going towards Turkey, and all the way down towards certain areas of Saudi Arabia and Iraq. It's a large piece of land. Not that little slither of land that they say on the map that you look at that says Israel. Okay? That's why he said, look northward, southward, eastward, and westward. Because it's a lot of land, spanning all the way from Egypt, all the way up to Turkey, all the way down to places in Iraq today, even all the way through Saudi Arabia. That's all our land. Okay? That's all ours. Go on,
Verse 16. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Verse 17. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee.
Okay, and that the children of Israel would be compared to the stars, and to the sands of the sea. Okay, the descendants would multiply. All right? Excellent. All right, we're going to the last part here. Genesis 13, chapter 13, we're reading 18 through, all the way through 18, and then we're going to jump, we're going to jump to Genesis chapter 14, verse 6. I'm reading all the way through verse 6. This is the book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 18. Waya hal, Abaram, waya ba'a, waya shab, ba'alanya, Mamara, Ashar, Baka Barwan, Wayaban, Sham, Mazabak, Layahawat. Genesis chapter 14, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Bayamya, Amarapal, Malak, Shana'ar, Arayawak, Malak, Alasar, Kadoralaimar, Malak, Ayalam, with the Al, Malak, Golyam, verse 2. Aishawa, Malakama, Barai, Malak, Saddam, Wa'af, Barashai, Malak, Amara, Shana'ab, Malak, Adama, Washama, Abar, Malak, Tazabyam, Wamalak, Balai, Haya'ah, Taza'ar, verse 3. Call Allah, Kabarwa, Al, Aimak, Hadat, Hashadat, Hashayim, Hawa'ah, Sham, Hamalak, verse 4. Shafyam, Aishara, Shana, Ibadwa, Kadaralayimar, Washalash, Aishara, Shana, Maradwa, verse 5. Waba Arabai, Aishara, Shana, Ba'a, Karalaymar, Waha Malakyam, Ashar, Atwa, Wayakwa, Rapa Ba'ai Shatarak, Quaranyam, Wa'af, Hazar Waziam, Baham, Wa'af, Ha'ayamyam, Bashawa, Korayatham. Verse 6. Wa'af, Akarya, Bahararam, Shayar, Aid, Ayal, Pa'aran, Ashar, Al, Hamadabar. And that's it. Right, we're going to be reading the book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 18. Then we're going to jump over to chapter 14 and read all the way through verse 6.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 18. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. Genesis chapter 14, verse 1. It came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations. Verse 2. That these made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and with Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinar, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim. And the king of Bela was Zor. Verse 3. All these were joined together in the valve of Siddim, which is the salt sea. Verse 4. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. Verse 5. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims, and Ashtaroth, Carnaim, and the Zuzims, and Ham, and the Emims, and Shavah, Kiriatham. Verse 6. And the Horites in their Mount Seir unto Elaparan, which is by the wilderness.
And we're going to see when these kings go to war what it has to do with Abraham and Lot next time. So we see that, just to summarize, that the Most High had made a covenant and told Abram to get out of his land. And Abram got out of the land of that territory under Babylon, which is called, the Babylon area, the area that could have been even ruled by Egyptians to a certain degree. But the Most High told him to get out of that and go into the land that he promised. And that connects with us because the Most High has called us throughout time out of Egypt, called us out of Babylon. He's going to call us out of Babylon again, which is modern day U.S., so that we won't share in the plagues. Okay? So just like he called Israel out of Egypt, Abraham out of Babylon, he's going to call us out of that as well. And actually he's calling us out now to keep the law, statutes, and commandments so that we won't share in the plagues that he brings upon this new Babylon nation.
Hey, Salak, and if I could, don't for a minute think that they were doing stuff that we not doing now. You see what I'm saying? Like, we act like they had some different type of sins. Listen, they were alternative lifestyles. They were eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster back then. They were sleeping with each other's wives and stuff like that. The same thing that we doing right now, the same things we have to fix is the reason the Lord was destroying nations back then.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the Lord destroyed 5 nations because they had an alternative lifestyle. They were LGBTQ. You see what I'm saying? That's this entire country. You see what I'm saying? Like, he destroyed nations. He destroyed the water, sis. Rest of you, bro.
Oh, slide.
Off the water. Like, hey, the one I appreciate it. Like this, we got, come on. Like, we got to remember, the Lord flooded the earth over interracial marriage, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Lord, the same things that we're doing now is the same reason the Lord moved against nations back then. So don't think that they had different sins. You see what I'm saying? Like, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments are so important, man. Like, this is literally life or death. And not just for you. You got to think about your children. You got to think about your brother and your sister. Because the Lord will move against somebody else just because you did something. You see what I'm saying? It was a scripture, if I could. It was a scripture where he told the soldiers to go in there, to go into the camp. Don't take nothing. Don't take nothing. Don't take clothes. Don't take money. Don't take nothing. The brother went and took a garment. He took a garment. And because he took that garment, the Lord was about to destroy the entire army of Israel. He got called out. He lost his life. His wife lost her life. And his kids lost their life. Because of a sin he committed against the Lord, man. We can't play with the Lord. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way we're going to survive what's coming. This World War III is coming. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's coming. We got to start making changes right now and to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and keeping this Sabbath day. That's the whole reason we're reading this. We're reading this because the Lord moved against nations before for not listening. Now you got the priests and prophets telling you the Lord is ready, move again. It's time for us to get on our game, man. If you ain't in the school, you need to get into it. You see what I'm saying? If you got fought with your brother, go swear that up, man. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord will kill people behind you. I mean, we got to understand it now.
It's like, can I add something too?
God.
I've noticed something too. I don't know if anybody else has. They probably have noticed something, but you know, when I'm studying, I notice patterns in the scriptures. And when if you notice in the scriptures, when there's an alternative type lifestyle, or we'll say illegal marriages or marriages that the Most High did not subscribe to, you notice what comes right after that? Violence. It says the earth is filled with violence. And why is that? Because you got to think, alternative lifestyles, one, is a violent act.
It is.
It really, if you think about it, he says there's like violence toward the end. It's a very violent alternative lifestyle when you man and a man. God, it's a very violent.
Or it could be, it's like, if I could, any illicit sex. You see what I'm saying? Like, the reason the Lord told us that we're not supposed to have sex with animals is because people was having sex with animals. Bestiality. You see what I'm saying? Threesomes, orgies, all that. What's the word for it? What type of sex is it? It's illicit sex. There's another word too. Fornication.
Unlawful.
Unlawful sex. But that alternative lifestyle is the LGBTQ lifestyle.
And it's like so. And the acts become very violent. You know, violence comes after because you know the most volatile relationships are. They don't talk about this. Is between two women. Those are that they talk about all the violent, all the men beat. They always talk about the man abusing women, but the most volatile relationships have been recorded are the relationships between two women. It gets violent. It gets very violent. And if you notice in scriptures, when there's an alternative lifestyle in there, there is some type of violence. And another thing is, have you noticed a lot of times when people in that alternative lifestyle and that community, have you noticed they can be violent when you don't agree with them? Have you noticed that they'll get violent with you? If you don't agree with that lifestyle and you take a stand, violence follows. Okay? Violence follows because you don't agree.
Right.
And so that's why if you look in the scriptures, when it says that people are going into these unlawful acts, right after that it says there is violence throughout the land. It's very corrupt. It gets bad. Shalom, sister. You know, it gets bad.
It's like, real quick, just to add on, like, I remember Captain Saparia said it. It's such a violent lifestyle because they were introduced to their lifestyle violently.
Excellent point.
You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't speak on it. The only people that speak on it here is in the ISUPK. But that LGBT lifestyle, a lot of people live that lifestyle and go that way. There's some form of abuse there. A lot of them were abused as kids. I think it was the basketball player that came out. He was like the first professional basketball player to come out and say he was LGBTQ. He said he knew he was gay after he went on a fishing trip with his uncles. You see what I'm saying?
Wow, calm.
The problem is, he ain't telling you what happened on that fishing trip
Calm.
with him and his uncles.
Calm.
Something violent happened to him.
Calm.
And because of it, you understand, he can't talk about it. He can't shame his uncles.
Calm.
So he just got accepted. And
Calm.
that's where he's introduced to that lifestyle at.
Calm.
So,
Calm. That's a good point. Excellent point. All right. Is there any questions in the room before we, questions, comments?
you want to do all the prayers or just do one?
So before we could go through them all. That's what you said. We got the
It's your class.
I know what you did.
No, it's your class.
All right. All right, this is just for the people up here. Aimania. Selection. Would you mind getting the what you mind blowing the horn, sir? What you mind blowing the horn, sir? Yeah, Mataz about his really outclassing and blowing the horn. I'm having to take horn classes. The nicest one in the school.
La Yashala.
Slap. You might get the horn. Good one. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshabrakah. Slap it, sir. You got a headband, sir?
How about Shimon Shabbat? Yeah.
How about Shimon Shabbat? Yeah. It's not good.
You said, God. God. All right. Let's see. Cover the scroll. Slack. Let's uncover this and then we got to say the prayers. You want me to hold it? You want to hold it? Right. This is for everybody. Slack, it's just we're about to do some prayer. This is for everybody. Actually,
It's like y'all got to cover your heads, sis. Wapinya, Amadia, Wapinya, Hakudam, which means rise and face the east. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qudah. Hayah.
Shemka. Yahweh.
Malak Wakah.
Malak Waka.
Taba'ah.
Batazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah. Aisha.
Ba'aratza.
Baratza.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah. Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathanaw. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalakinaw. Kabawatanaw. Kasalakinaw. Kabawatinaw. Wala'ah. Tabi'aynaw. Let us say one. Ball. Habashaynaw. Mayan. Ride. Kaya. Lakab. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Laibalamim. Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. From thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. This is Hakat the poet. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Baba Kusha. Nathanaw. Hakat. Larpa'ah. Call Maka Allah. Call Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakim. Hamathim. Hakat. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Gavashan. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
And in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it.
This is Bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanawa. Yasha'ala. Ba'abiyah.
Saparium. Barak.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
And in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it.
This is Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Ayanya. Al-Hahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Izari. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'aratazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Ana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayishan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala.
Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yah. Yamyakah. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakakah. Wayarak. Walayala'ah. Yahweh. Shamarka. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Afnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'athka. Wabawaka. Mayatha. Wa'ai. Awalam. Aman. In the English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth, even forevermore. So be it. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim. Adam Yalaka,
Adam Yalaka,
Al Thakarash,
Al Thakarash,
Al Thashakwat,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Yahana,
Kayahana,
Awiyamyaka,
Awiyamyaka,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Mama Shanayaka,
Women Shanayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Imaka,
Al Imaka,
Ya'ariyamwa,
Ya'ariyamwa,
Sawab,
Sawab,
Wayataya Atazawa,
Wayataza Itazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Al Tasapawanyaka,
Amara,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Winakaki,
Winakakina,
Magoya,
Magoya,
Wala
Wala
Yasakar,
Yasakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Aywa,
Iwad,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Aitazawa,
Number Itazawa,
La,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
it's like Al Yakab,
Al Yakab,
Kaya,
Raya,
Yakarathwa,
Yawakaratwa,
Holy,
Ahoya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashama'a Aliyah,
Women Shemai Aliyam,
Mama Abba,
Waba Abba,
Wahagari,
Wahagariam,
Bo,
Gabal,
I'm a one,
Wa I'm a one,
I'm a lot,
Wa I'm a lot,
Tell the shop,
Palashah,
I'm your shop,
I'm your Shunya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
I'm Mom,
Amam,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Zarawad,
Zarawai,
the Bunya Lawat,
Labunyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha Laham,
Aishalaham,
the Mahdi,
Kamadin,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kasiyasa Ra'ab,
Yabi,
Kayabi,
Badakol,
Manikal,
Oyashwa,
Kawashma,
Nashamad,
Nishamab,
Ma'ayanda,
Ayanda Ara,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayadam,
Shoyitamu,
Nadiyabu,
Nadiyabuwa,
Ka'ara,
Ka'ara,
Kaza'aba,
Wakaza'aba,
Kazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakatazomana,
Wakazazomana,
Call Nasaya Kamwa,
Konasaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amara,
Amarwa,
Naya Rashad,
Neri Rashad,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ah, Na'awa,
Na'awa,
Alahaya,
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 Shayadamba,
Shoyitamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
the Punya Raka,
Lapanyuraka,
Ka'ash,
A'at,
Taba Ira Ya Ira,
Ira Ya Ira,
Wakalahaba,
Lakabahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Haria,
Harian,
Khan,
Kam,
the Redatma,
the Radat,
What's the Iraka,
there's the Iraka,
Baba what's the Pasta,
what was the Patka,
Daba Halam,
the Balam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Wadyahan,
Banyan,
Pulawan,
Puliwan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayibakwash,
Shukar,
Shukar,
Yahal,
Yahal,
Yabashwa,
Yabashma,
Wayabahova,
Wayibahova,
Aydi'ai,
Ayai,
Wayakapar,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabad,
Wayaba'ab,
Wayada'ai,
Wayida'ai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Ata,
Shukar,
Shukar,
Yahal,
Yahal,
Barka,
Baka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Alkal,
Alkal,
Aratasa,
Ratiza,
Aman.
Aman, and in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Below,
thy enemies make a tumult,
enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee,
have lifted up their head.
lift up their head,
They have taken crafty counsel
and take crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Assault against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
Said,
come, let us cut them off from being a nation,
bad nation,
that the name of Israel
the name of Israel,
may be no more remembered.
we no more remember.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
confederate against
The
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and of the Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Asher also joined
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
to Japan,
as the brook of Kissar,
Kasab,
which perished at Endor.
perished the Endor,
They became as dung for the earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Their nose like a red,
and like Zahab.
like Zahir.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their
and
princes,
Sabah,
and Zabad,
and Zamuna,
and Zamuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh, my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
stubble for the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
fire burneth wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
Persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm,
thy storm,
fill their faces with shame,
their face of shame.
that they may seek thy
They may
name.
seek thy name.
Oh, Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded,
and trouble forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame.
and perish,
Perish.
that men may know
And men may know
that thou,
Thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High,
over all the earth.
all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Jesus, okay, sorry.
This is the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
wa Yahweh Shah,
wa Yahweh Shai,
wa Mayaka Allah,
wa Mayaka Allah,
wa Alahayim,
wa Alahayim,
Tazabia Allah,
Mutazabiah,
Alawat Yahan,
Alawat Yahana,
Ha Alawat
Ha Alawapyam,
Asaranyam,
Hasaranyam,
Akwatazayanyam,
Hakwatazayanyam,
Akiyayoyam,
Hakayayoyam,
wa Akwatiyam,
Hawa Akwatnyam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
wa Shem Yahweh Shah,
Hashim Yahushai,
Tabara Amon.
the water of mine, in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanders in your honor.
And to the
The
honor.
generals.
General.
The captain.
Captain.
The officers. The troops.
Troops.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
These are the cursings. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth.
and all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses.
punishment and destruction
Punishment and
to
destruction.
the heathen,
To the heathen.
that speak against us,
Speak against us.
thy prophets,
Thy prophets.
the teachers,
The teachers.
the princes,
princes.
the priests,
The priests.
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers.
and the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment and
to
destruction.
the heathen,
To the heathen.
and shake loose the
And
treasure
shake loose the treasure.
of the rich of Israel,
The rich of
that
Israel.
refuse to give to the
They
school,
refuse to give to the school.
force their riches,
Force their riches.
to enter into thy sanctuary,
Enter into thy sanctuary.
send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses.
and punishment and destruction
Punishment and
to
destruction.
the Edomites,
To the Edomites.
and the nations,
And the nations.
and their drug
And their
dealers,
drug dealers.
the court system,
Court system.
the prison system,
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood.
all the governments of our enemies,
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and all.
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
the Pope,
Pope.
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinhead,
Skinhead,
Posse Comitatus,
Posse Comitatus,
Gay Movement,
Gay movement,
the Gay Movement,
Gay movement,
the Lesbian Movement,
Lesbian movement,
the Lesbian Movement,
Lesbian movement,
Spies,
Spies,
Workers of Witchcraft,
Workers of Witchcraft,
NASA Space Program,
That's the space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marine,
Marine,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airways,
and the airways,
the cable access channel,
cable access channel,
and the radio channel,
and the radio channel,
convict thy spirit,
convict the spirit,
and any of thy people
and any of our people
that seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop
and
us,
bring swift destruction
bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way,
stand in the way,
or try to stop
and
us
try to stop
from broadcasting your word
broadcasting your word.
throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet
Let
Earth.
loose all the
Let
plague.
loose all the
Let
plague.
loose all the
Let
plague.
loose all the plague.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and
through
fro
the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume
Let
them.
the plague
The plague.
shake the house of the thief
The house of the thief.
and the murder.
And the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel.
come down with the flying
Come
saucer
down with the flying sauce.
and punish all the heathen
Punish all
that
the
come up
heathen
against us
to come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy
Cause
word.
to be known
Cause to be known
by all
by all
that is the angels
It is the angels
that have done
that
it.
have done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause to be spread
through the media,
through the media,
throughout the whole world.
the whole world.
Cause them to shake it thy coming.
Cause them to shake it like
In the
coming.
name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Saw, which means to turn.
Sisters, you shall between 56.
This concludes the service.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Agmadi, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam,
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatam.
Yadi Matah, Saw, Sisters of Madian, which means stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Agmadi, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashim Yahshua.
Yadi Matah, class dismissed.